politicians like Bernie Sanders are sounding the alarm about how AI will affect the American worker. But of course, Trump has figured out a way to personally profit from it. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's get into this. Now, this deal, Trump Media just merged with TAE Technology, a nuclear fusion company, and a deal worth reportedly $6 billion. This deal, if it were done with any other cabinet member or secretary, could very well be a violation of the criminal ethics statute. But because that statute does not apply to Trump, he has figured out a way to profit off of the power that the American people have given him temporarily. Yet another grift, another way of grabbing money for himself and his family and not caring about the American people. I mean, as we know, AI is a huge drain on energy. There's a scramble for how to get enough energy to get these data centers up and running. We see us going to Venezuela, where there's a vast oil and gas reserves. And here we have nuclear fusion, which many people believe is necessary in order to power all the robots, all the machines that the Elon Musks of the world plan on putting out there. The energy that is required. And so here we have Trump putting his thumb on the scale in such a massive way because government money and funding for contracts for nuclear fusion companies, the oversight, the regulation that's going to be required as they try to develop the technology that they think they can have in order to power this AI is going to all take government oversight. And now Trump has just put his thumb on the scale for this company. Surely he is going to want to grant contracts that will benefit this company. Surely he's going to want to have lax oversight of this company. So instead of having a typical scientific race with a company that is the best suited to get federal money and gets checked when they need to get checked, instead now you have Trump's own company going to get these federal contracts and federal regulation. And not only that, but now this TAE Technology that owns 50% of Trump Media will have their ear, the ear of the president. They will have their interest tied with Trump. And who are these people? There's some of the typical people, such as Google. But then you also have a Kremlin-backed group that invested in the TAE Technology. The TAE Technology said as of today that any Russian-backed group does not own more than 1% after the merger. Doesn't quite say that they don't own anything at all and how much they own pre-merger. It's also unclear, according to Forbes, whether or not this group was directly investing in TAE Technologies or with a third group, making it even harder. But it is true that this Kremlin-backed group did invest, was one of the investors in TAE Technology, which now TAE Technology will own 50% of Trump Media. This quid pro quo, we see it in real time with the East Wing just being done in a 10x manner in a way that will all effective. And let's talk about AI because Bernie Sanders just spoke about AI and Trump, instead of trying to get ahead of AI in a way to help the American worker, he's trying to get ahead in a way to profit off of it. Bernie Sanders with some staggering statistics saying that 50% of all white collar crime, white collar jobs will be eliminated in a decade. He said that 40% of registered nurses, those jobs gone within a decade, 89% of fast food workers, 60% of teaching assistant jobs gone within a decade. He talks about the fact that FedEx and Walmart is already using driverless trucks for deliveries. Waymo are using driverless cabs. He says in detail how more people, more politicians need to be paying attention to this, need to be doing something about this. And instead, the man in the Oval Office is just figuring out a way to profit about it. Listen to Bernie Sanders. Bring the receipts.
This is not science fiction. It's already happening. FedEx is using driverless trucks to haul heavy loads along the I-45 corridor between Dallas and Houston through a company called Aurora. Walmart is using autonomous trucks for short-haul deliveries in Arkansas through a company called Gatik. Kodiak Robotics has partnered with IKEA to conduct driverless deliveries in Texas. Waymo is operating self-driving cabs in Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Austin. We all want to see more startup companies and small businesses, but for workers, that will mean very little if half of all white-collar entry-level jobs are eliminated over the next 5 years. And that is exactly what has been predicted by Dario Amodei, the founder of Anthropic, one of the leading AI companies in the world. As the ranking member of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, I just released a report finding that AI, automation, and robotics could replace nearly 100 million jobs in America over the next decade, including 40% of registered nurses, 47% of truck drivers, 64% of accountants, 65% of teaching assistants, and 89% of fast food workers, among many other occupations. And as bad as that may seem, I'm afraid it could be an underestimate.
Now, Bernie Sanders, being a leader, unlike Trump, seeing this moment as a chance to protect people, saying how what we can do is, for one, change our work week from a 40-hour work week, which was implemented in 1940, to 32-hour work week. Just like how computers made workers more efficient, AI will make workers more efficient. So instead of having 60% of people lose their jobs, having 100% of people work less hours. That is how the government can protect the American worker. He also said the government could have a situation like they do in Germany, where the employees become part of the board and make decisions such as executive pay. And maybe they wouldn't have paid $1 trillion to Elon Musk, or decide who to hire and not hire, for workers to have more say, for them to have profit sharing in a company, so that if Amazon benefits, or FedEx benefits, or Walmart benefits from using more robotics, then their workers benefit too. How about sharing the wealth? Instead, Elon Musk says that working will be a hobby. Bill Gates says humans will no longer be needed. Somebody needs to be paying attention to the American worker who drives this economy, who buys the products, who makes the products, who helps sell the products. Bernie Sanders calling it out, actually giving real solutions to the problem. Trump instead making this deal, this really corrupt deal, trying to just benefit from it because he's trying to just grift off of every opportunity he can. Hunter Biden, in his recent podcast interview, said he wouldn't be surprised if there weren't even copper pipes left in the White House because of how much grift and corruption they do. So people who care about our democracy can prop up people like Bernie Sanders and other politicians who are talking about affordability across the country, and candidates across the country before the midterms, giving an answer to Trump and his corruption that we are not going to take it. Be sure to follow the MeidasTouch Network wherever you follow podcasts. Follow the Mistrial podcast. Check out the Mistrial sponsors. So grateful for their sponsorship and for not censoring what I have to say.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.